Well, hello there, beautiful people. So, Valentine's stroke Galentine's stroke a regular Monday is coming up, and why not use it as an excuse, as if we even need one, to pamper ourselves and look fabulous for ourselves. So the first thing I will be doing on the Sunday is washing my face, as you can see, using the Frudia Citrus Brightening Micro Cleansing Foam. It's a very mild cleansing foam. It's got a slight citrus scent to it, as it contains citrus extract, which is there for brightening dull skin. And it also contains moisturizing ingredients, and it's very, very non-drying, which is how I like cleansers to be. Following on from this, I'm going to be using the Lagom Celis Revive Essence Toner. It's runny and it absorbs very fast into the skin, which is why it's great to use in the daytime. It's a great multi-function toner with hyaluronic acid, adenosine, allantoin, beta-glucan to hydrate, nourish and firm your skin. Helps to reduce wrinkles, fine lines and brighten. So basically, what doesn't it do? I absolutely love this just because it just makes my skin feel nice, fresh and obviously looking glowy and beautiful. Another product, and probably one of my favourite ones, I will be mentioning all my favourite ones in this video, is by Pyro. It's the Fermented Complex 94 Boosting Essence. Very, very runny, like you can see, almost like water, which is why it's great to use in the daytime if you want to, because it absorbs really, really fast into the skin. It contains 94% of fermented ingredients for hydration, nourishing and firming the skin, as well as 3% niacinamide, which is there for pore care, sebum control and brightening, as well as adenosine for elasticity, as for improving wrinkles and that sort of thing, and for repairing your skin barrier. We've got a bit of allantoin in there too. Now, next up, and another favourite of mine, is the iUnique Beta Glucan Edition Skincare Set, which contains a moisturiser as well as a serum. So the first thing I'm going to be using is the Beta Glucan Power Moisture Serum. It reminds me of snail mucin because it's got that kind of snotty, slimy kind of texture. However, what I like about this is that it's got this really strange slippery feeling when you apply it to the skin, and it absorbs so fast, which is why I've actually almost finished using this, because I use it every single morning before I go to work. It immediately hydrates the skin. You notice it straight away. It's great for mature and dry skin, and it actually contains 98% pure beta glucan, which is 20% more hydrating than hyaluronic acid, as it hydrates from the inside out. It's reparative, moisturizing and replenishing for the skin. Beta glucan is an amazing ingredient. I love using it. And once that's absorbed, I went in with another kind of serum. This is the Farm Stay Collagen Waterful Moist Serum. It's strongly fragranced, so if your skin doesn't like fragrance, you may not like this. It's got like a thickish water kind of consistency, which is why I'm using after the beta glucan. It contains biotin, which is a humectant for hydration, niacinamide, beta glucan again. We've got hydrolyzed collagen and adenosine for wrinkle improvement, and it helps to balance oil and prevent skin damage. So another great product for those of you that love to obviously look smooth and supple and have plumped up skin. Now back to the Beta Glucan Daily Moisture Cream. This is a really great everyday moisturizer. Again, something you can see quite clearly. I've almost finished. It's clear, easy to blend, non-sticky, really nice silky consistency. And obviously it contains a beta glucan, which is great for hydration, niacinamide for brightening and sebum balance, centella for soothing, aloe leaf extract for soothing as well. This is actually a bestseller, and there is a reason why. Trust me, there's a reason why I've almost finished this. So if you ever want to actually try this beta glucan set, I would definitely recommend trying the set rather than them like individually, because at least that way you get a good chance to see how well this works. So far I've been using it for about 6 weeks and I can't complain. Like I said, I use this every single morning and it works great underneath my makeup. You will obviously see how this all performs under makeup shortly in the video once I start to apply it, but your skin just looks plump and absolutely gorgeous. Then next up we've got the Caradium Snail Repair Sunscreen SPF 50 PA Triple Plus. Now this is a 3-in-1 chemical, physical and tone up cream. Tone up meaning there is a slight hint of colour to it. Now I personally wouldn't say that this goes very well with my skin tone. However, it didn't interfere with my foundation or anything like that. The only thing with tone up creams is unless you're very, very fair skinned, you can see the colour quite a bit. This contains snail secretion extract, which is great for repairing the skin, adenosine for wrinkles and texture, niacinamide again, and it's very non-greasy. But as you can see, clearly because of the fact that it's got some tone up cream in it, meaning some colour, it does not go quite as well with my skin tone. However, this was the best I could do before I moved on to the makeup. First off, I'm using the True Match Nude Tinted Serum by L'Oreal. I love using this just because it's got such a nice light to medium coverage feel to it. So I'm just putting a couple of drops on my face. And as you can see, because of the skincare that I've got underneath, this is literally gliding across my face. It's making my face look so gorgeous and smooth. And that's why I love to use this kind of serum nowadays, as opposed to kind of more full coverage foundations. So for eyebrows, I'm using my favourite, which I always share with you guys, which is the Maybelline Express Brow Ultra Slim Pencil in the shade Medium Brown. So first off, I use the spoolie brush before I start to run it through my eyebrows very, very gently, and I don't press hard at all. To be fair, my eyebrows really seriously need threading, so I wasn't going to like kind of go too overboard with it, otherwise they would have looked kind of weird. Then I just brush it through, and you can very clearly see how they look more defined than the other side. I also go around my eyebrows with concealer, but I kind of missed that out in this video because I didn't feel it was that important. Talking of concealer, the Anastasia Beverly Hills Magic Touch Concealer in shade number 8 is a beautiful full coverage concealer, and I'm just using a Real Techniques damp and slightly dirty looking sponge to blend it all in. Now, because of the fact that the foundation is lighter coverage and the the concealer is full coverage, I did have to kind of move it around a little bit to blend it into my foundation. Otherwise it was too obvious that one area was full coverage and one wasn't. And then I go back in, smooth it all out, and then set it with the Huda Beauty Easy Bake setting powder in the shade Banana Bread. I go in quite heavily, especially with full coverage concealers, just because this stops any creasing happening throughout the day, any kind of movement or anything like that. I leave it on for about 10 seconds or so before I brush it all off, just using my Real Techniques whatever brush this is, one that I tend to use all the time. I'm also setting my primer that I've got on my eyes. It's the Fenty Beauty primer, just making sure that everything is soft and smooth and set. Now I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush powder in the shade Medium, and I'm just using this to set my foundation so that nothing moves throughout the day. As you can see, despite the fact that I've got all that sunscreen on and skincare underneath, my skin looks lovely and matte. Now I'm using the Huda Beauty Glow Obsessions palette. This is the light glow one, just to highlight my brow bone area before I move on to the Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde palette, which is one of my favourite palettes. And I am using the shade called Off Balance to go backwards and forwards in the crease, using a Morphe M330 brush, which I tend to use. I've got like 10 of these brushes. I use it all the time for the crease. Then I am using the shade called Hot Mess, and I am going into the outer V area to create some depth and dimension. So I create the V shape first before I start to drag it in. That way it will give me a nice kind of cat eye sort of effect. Make sure that you blend out this shade quite a bit, because purples do tend to be a little bit difficult. Next, I'm using the shade called Super Moon, which is a shimmery holographic duochrome kind of colour, and I'm applying this all over my lid. This is obviously because I'm actually wearing white shimmery kind of colours, so I sort of wanted to match. And I just tend to use my finger because I get more intensity out of it that way. Then I'm using the shade Hot Mess first on my lower lash line, and on the outside I'm using the shade Vortex just to create again some depth and dimension and shape to my eyes. Then I'm using Rimmel's Scandalize in the Kohl Kajal pencil in black, which is what I tend to use all the time. I've got dry eyes, so it doesn't really move throughout the day, lucky me. Then I'm using the Dose of Colours Ideal Duo in the colour Frozen. I'm actually using this shimmery white shade, which is on the bottom. Applied a little bit of water to my brush, and I'm applying it to my tear duct area. Now, because I wanted a little bit of extra shimmer to my eyes, I'm using the Urban Decay Heavy Metal Glitter Eyeliner in the colour Pyro, as it is very, very similar to what I've already got on my lids, but obviously gives a little bit more glitter, a little bit more sparkle, just so that it looks cute and pretty. Eyes are done. Lashes and eyeliner I will list below, obviously, for you guys. Next, I'm using Anastasia Beverly Hills a powder bronzer in the shade Saddle, which I tend to use quite a lot to contour my face, as it's the perfect shade between cool and warm. And I just tend to do the sides of my forehead as well as my nose, cheekbones area, my miniature double chin that I've got down there, and then I use the Huda Beauty powder again just to carve it all out. As you can see, I'm quite messy when I first apply the contour, but then you have to trust the process and start to carve it all out to make your face look sharp afterwards. I am using a Cover FX blush in Mojave Mauve. For some reason I showed the blush, but I completely forgot to actually show me applying it. Clearly forgot to press record, so sorry about that, you guys, but as you can see, it's a mauve colour. Now I'm using the Huda Beauty Light Glow Obsessions highlighter palette again to highlight my cheekbones, and I also use it to highlight the high points of my nose to go hand in hand with the contouring I've already done, and my Cupid's bow, followed by my lip liner, which today is the NYX Cosmetics Suede Matte Lip Liner in the shade Montreal, which is like a pale pink colour. And I've got lip balm on, which just helps it to glide across the lips a lot better. The first lipstick I'm using is the Huda Beauty Power Bullet Matte Lipstick in the shade Honeymoon. I'm applying that first. As you can see, it's a really beautiful bright pink shade, still a very wearable shade. And to tone it down, I used one of the Cream Glow lipsticks in the colour called Sweet Cheeks. This is just to tone down the pink shade slightly. However, I found it still to be a little bit too bright and fighting with the eyes. So I just used a little bit of tissue and just removed the excess. Went back in with the Sweet Cheeks to create the perfect kind of pink. Nice and happy. Then to set it all, I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush setting spray just to set everything in place, get rid of any extra powder, melt it all down, and then I always tend to get my fan out just to dry everything, just so that it all gets set in place quickly, because your girl's impatient. And this is it. This is the final look. Go out, enjoy yourselves, have dinner, have a laugh, have a great day. Whether you do something or you don't do something, do it for yourself. Look fabulous. Then once it's all done, obviously we have to wash it all off, as we did here. And for the nighttime routine, I'm using the Hada Lobo Gokujan Premier Lotion, the 2020 edition. As you can see, it's got semi-dense viscosity, which is why it's good to use at night generally. It's an emulsion, which is basically a lighter form of a moisturizer. It contains 7 types of hyaluronic acid, non-sticky, very, very hydrating and plumping. Great to use if you've got dry skin, or it's the winter and obviously you just want to give your skin some extra nourishment to make it look plump and gorgeous. Moving on, we are using a ampule. This is a Secret Key multi-cell night repair ampule. This is a very, very popular product. It's very light and non-sticky, but it's quite heavily fragranced, and it's a nutrient-rich ampule containing a unique botanical stem cell complex to repair and restore your skin. It also contains bifida ferment and adenosine for anti-aging and plumping, arbutin and niacinamide, which is for brightening and hyperpigmentation. Arbutin is great for those of you that have got dark spots on your skin, and this is obviously going to repair your skin and make it slightly brighter and lighter over time if you use it every night. Then, to be a little bit bougie, a little bit extra, we like to use a sheet mask now and then. This is the Faith in Face I Need Relaxing Care. This is a very strange sheet mask. It's like a plaster. It's like got the sheet mask, then the thing on top, which I actually found a little bit irritating, as you will see when I just pulled it off halfway because I got annoyed. That aside, the sheet mask itself and the ingredients within it are absolutely excellent, and I loved using it. It contains glycerin for hydration and moisturizing, camellia synthesis, leaf extract, as well as aloe extract, which is antioxidant and for soothing, and itself it absorbs very, very fast. Now I have the Miss Lady face roller with gua sha massage set, and in this instance I'm going to be using the roller and the large size just to press it over the actual sheet mask itself to help penetrate the ingredients further into the skin, as well as everything else underneath, which will be kind of pushed into the skin, penetrate the layers of your skin to absorb a lot better, make it a lot more effective. And then you remove it all, and then obviously the essence remains, which you just rub in and it absorbs very, very fast. Next up, we've got the Hamish Marine Care Eye Cream. This is absolutely amazing. I went and bought the larger version after finishing off this sample size. It's a very hydrating cream which reduces the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. It contains fermented seaweed extract and mineral-rich seawater to purify and rejuvenate your skin. And what I love about this is, despite the fact that it is so thick, it absorbs super fast. Next up is one of my favourite products, and I've actually had one of these before because I finished it. It's the Skin Food Royal Honey 100-Hour Moisture Cream. Despite the fact that it is very hydrating and moisturizing, it is super lightweight and it absorbs really fast. You can use it in the daytime or nighttime, it's up to you. It contains ingredients like glycerin, olive fruit oil, sunflower seed oil, macadamia seed oil, squalene, mango seed butter, beta-glucan, etc., as well as honey extract and royal jelly extract for strengthening the skin barrier. If you use retinol or acids, this is a great moisturizer to use after that because it stops the peeling and dryness you get from it. Then I pulled out the gua sha stone because I was on my way to bed, obviously. Give myself a little bit of facial massage, a little bit of a temple massage right there. This helps to drain fluid in your face from, I don't know, fluid retention, that sort of thing, and just gives you a nice lovely massage on your face before you go to bed. So good night everybody, love you all, bye.